Hi, everyone. As I'm just back from my trip to India and other countries, I feel called to talk about a hot subject today as a result of my latest interactions with people. I felt it's necessary to approach this theme of sexual health and pranic lifestyle as it has been maybe neglected in other retreats, or many people have been asking about it. So there you go. We all know that relationships are important, and that very many people are very profoundly touched by the way they share with a partner. But what about when you start a new relationship? What about sexual health, and how does it interact with pranic lifestyle? How is it woven with this topic? This will be the theme today of this short video. It's also available for you to ask questions, so feel free to use the comments area if you have any questions on this. I was, wondering, when people are talking about sexual health, what is sexual health essentially? Does it refer to your physical body and your organs, or does it go beyond this? Does it go on more? Could we go more on this when we speak about sexual health? When I look at what health means, you always know that it means being healthy physically, so having everything in shape and in good function, but it mainly means also having everything functioning well energetically in terms of how the prana is flowing and how things are manifesting in your energy body, right? This is also very important. And from this point of looking at things, how could it be related to your sexual health? The fact that your physical organs are functioning correctly is just one aspect of your health in general and of sexual health in particular. But we might go deeper and look into how are you connected to your partner or partners, with the ones that you have shared sexual with. How are your emotional response to them? How is your relationship to them in terms of your sexual sharing? Was it harmonious? Were you happy? Did you have anything hidden or unfulfilled in your relationship or relationships? How do you relate to them after you finished that relationship? And that goes through all the relationships you had. How were you sharing on the heart level? That's also related to sexual health, because heart and sexual chakra are connected. Are you wounded by your former relationships, or are you happy with all of them? Are you in gratitude towards your partners, or are you in resentment? That's also very much connected to sexual health and the way your sexuality is functioning. And with pranic lifestyle, things get more sensitive, more accurate in this respect, because as pranic beings, the more energy we harness and circulate through our bodies, the more we are conscious of energy movements in our lives and in our relationships. So we are conscious about what the other one feels, how our friends or partner are feeling. We are conscious about how the energy moves through them. We are conscious about their emotions, very much impacted by what they feel sometimes, even in distance sharing. You don't have to be near your partner to know how he or she feels if you are well connected to them. And you are aware of the health of the other person. You are aware of what he or she feels during sexual sharing, and you are also aware about how the energy is moving between you. That's what happens in pranic lifestyle. That's what happens when you have more prana in your body and more body awareness in general. And when I say body awareness, I don't only refer to your physical body, but I could say it better, energy awareness. So when on a pranic path or in a pranic lifestyle, you are more sensitive to all of this, and things become deeper in terms of sexual sharing, and they become not more complicated, but I would say more accurate. And so you can't just share anything with anyone randomly, because you then become conscious of how the energy moves between you and your chosen partner. And with what I've experienced and what I've seen in therapy with other people, when we talked about relationships and the way they shared sexually and so on, I've seen that we don't only share energy at the level of the physical body, and not only at the level of the energy body, and the sharing does not end when you end the contact with that person. And I might also say that the sharing is not ending when you end the relationship either. It goes on and on. And as I've seen, it goes on and on even through this lifetime and parallel lifetimes at the same time. And it goes very deep. And if you are aware of this and how you share energy with the partners that you had or have, you are more accurate maybe in choosing a partner. And this relates to sexual health, because you see, as I said, contact does not end when the physical encounter is ending. And it does not only it's not limited by your physical interaction. You are then weaving through the lifetimes of your partner, and he's weaving through yours, and through his family relationships, as you are weaving, he is weaving through yours, and you're also weaving through his other intimate relationships. You instantly connect to his other partners. That's my level of awareness and sensitivity, what I perceive in a relationship. So that makes things much more complex than you would think, in terms of choosing a partner or interacting with a partner, and in terms of what the sexual health means. So when you choose a partner that is very much upset about his previous relationship or relationships, and that has resentments or hatred towards his former partners, you might get affected in your health as well, and in your sexual health even, in your sexual sharing maybe, because you don't want your partner to hate his or girlfriend or boyfriend, former boyfriend or girlfriend, because you are connected with them and you are part of his relationship weavings. So it would be best if you could find a partner who has beautiful feelings towards his previous relationships, or help him, if necessary, see things in a different way towards his former partners, because when you connect to him, you instantly connect to them. If you are a woman and you choose a male partner, you are a part of the feminine aspect of his life. Instantly, you become a representative of the feminine energy that runs through his energy field, and that is connected to the other feminine representatives of his life, including the mother and the former partners and so on. And when you are aware of this and how deep it goes, you can easily relate to the or discern or understand the dynamics of your relationships, not only in terms of sexual sharing, but also in terms of emotional and mental sharing, and how love is flowing with the other, and so on. So you are able to see the dynamics of your relationship, not only by looking at what you share with him, but by seeing it globally in terms of your previous relationships, his previous relationships, and how he related to the feminine and masculine energy throughout his lifetimes. So that's how deep it goes, as far as I see. And that relates very much with sexual health, because most of the sexual imbalances in people's lives come from misunderstandings towards relationships and towards sexual sharing in general with various partners, and come from misunderstandings in terms of what sexuality really is. You know, some people on spiritual paths tend to make very heavy difference between being spiritual and being sexual, and tend to think that the two of them don't go together. Hence, the lifetimes and lifetimes of monkhood that some had, or the choice of celibacy that some also have this lifetime. You know, they think that one doesn't go well with the other, and they tend to separate within themselves the two energies, which naturally are supposed to go together. You know, prana and shakti energy are one of the same thing, one and the same thing. You cannot, you know, make a separation line between them, or dissociate them in a way that would create a duplicity in within yourself. You know, you cannot do that. Otherwise, you cannot be sexually healthy. That's also a very important aspect. And in therapy, we work a lot with people towards the understanding of this. And even though it seems you understand it well in this lifetime, if you are having relationship issues or sexuality issues, it might come from parallel lifetimes that you've had misunderstandings in this field. So let me know if you have any questions so far. I'm just rambling. I'm just letting energy flow here in my words. But what do you feel about these things? What do you think is right? And let me know in our comments what's your feedback so far. Because I did feel to approach this topic, but I can't really say I'm aiming towards specific direction. I'm just going with the flow of what feels to be said here. So as I've been working with this for quite a long time now, and with Taoist methods and Tao Tantra methods and so on, we've created various tools that could help people have better health in this department and a better health in their relationships. So one of them is a video class that we have that is called Emotional and Sexual Healing, the Taoist Emotional Intelligence, and it teaches you how to work with your internal organs and with your emotions and with your concepts and prejudices about sexuality, so that you can thrive in this department and so that it can be healthy and harmonious. And you have the link to that video class in this post, above or below it, depending on where you're watching. And there's also a guided meditation where we shared about, or we learn how to channel energy through the endocrine glands and sexual system, so that you have health and harmony and energy in this department. So both of them are easily accessible, and I'll post the link to the other thing, the guided meditation. I'll also post it in this post, in this comment here. So that's pretty much what we felt to share so far. We could go also into the DNA and how it reshapes according to your partner, and how it relates to your partner's DNA, and how deep your sharing really is. You know, I always say to people, there's no such things as just sex. There's no such things as one night stand. Your one night stand can extend so deeply at the energy level, that if you only were aware of how deep you share with that person, you wouldn't call it a one-night stand at all. You know, those of you who still do this, it's just impossible to end the sharing when you've ended the physical contact. It's just not happening. It's going way beyond this, and it has begun way before you've met in physical, as many of you are conscious about. So if you have no questions, I feel, you know, called to end this. I don't want to make it too long as a video. And I thank you, yeah, Billy, for your feedback. And looking forward to your questions in the future comments, if you have any, and feel free to share with me whatever you think about this and what's your experience with this. So many hugs and blessings to all. Go to the links in the post and see what our classes are about, and may you be healthy and happy with your partners. Blessings. See you soon.